I really like this opening. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think it's better than the first one. I just can't get over the fact that they are actually screaming, "What's up, people?" But I'm not the only one, right? To hear white people. I'm sorry. Alright. Alright, picking up where we left off. Everybody's shocked. Of course, L isn't interesting.
犯罪者殺しが止まれば、樋口がキラの力を持っていると考えて間違いない。
I mean, yes.
アマネがヤガミライトのためにある程度はやってくれるとは考えていたが。
But not to this extent? Yeah, okay.
何か策を考えなければ。
L is becoming desperate. Watari bringing in the sweets? Asking Matsuda, interesting. Oh, interesting shot there. Just focusing on L and I get that L is very suspicious of them, but I'm just gonna be honest, this has kind of become a bit repetitive. I mean, I get it, I understand why they had why L is like this. I mean, yeah, obviously he hasn't caught Kira yet, but L, you know, asking Light over and over and over again, it kind of becomes a bit repetitive. What is this? Why are they shaking the camera? Oh, if only you knew. Well, that's a lie. Crushing the... Okay, show, okay. He'll do it, because he doesn't want to be dead weight. I can do it right now. Oh, Namikawa. Hello. I do love that we are bringing Namikawa back. As in, we're focusing more on him, because I do find him as, well, an interesting character, to say the least. Ah, it has to be someone who is slightly incompetent. Says a lot about Higuchi. Interesting. I love that we are having this conversation though. Slowly learning about everybody else, and in turn also learning about Higuchi himself as a character through the lens of these people. Cool. That was a cool way to show his reflection. Ah, bringing that up. Speak of the devil. Oh shit. There it is, the call. There it is, the suspicion. You can kind of slightly hear Matsuda's voice in there. But that is kind of smart from his end to actually, you know, wrote his name just in case. That's actually smart of him. Hey! Wow. Wow, everybody's so against him right now. This is kind of cool though, because we're basically building up to this moment for like the past 2 episodes. I'm really enjoying this. But I don't know what's gonna happen if he dies immediately in this episode. Like, what's gonna happen next? Especially towards the Death Note. And, you know, like the grand plan. Is he gonna use the eye? All according to plan. Stressing him out. I love the sequence right now. Oh, he's going out. That CG car was okay, actually. For something that, you know, came out in 2006. The soundtrack. Cool transition. Yes, getting to you. The power of the Death Note. Oh, how much it succumbs the user. End of the episode? Shit. Yep, end of the episode. Oh. What are these cuts between the commercial and L? That was kind of weird. Oh shit. How is L going to react to this?
言ってみるしかないだろう。履歴書の名前が偽名だろうがそうでなかろうが、ノートによる殺人でお前が怪しまれることはない。
It's smart of him to not mention the Death Note throughout this entire conversation, because that is the one key that L is missing this entire time, right?
もしあそこで会話しているのなら。
Shinigami, yup. Her reaction. L is also baiting them, basically, by saying that as well. Oh shit. I'm assuming Rem is the one who told him, like, the password and where it is. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Nothing. Nothing. Come on, L, think, L, think! Yup. There it is. Knowing Higuchi, he's probably gonna do it. Yeah. Yep. He's gonna make the deal. Shit. L is starting to believe in the Shinigami theory that he, you know, or idea, I would say. Oh my god, that face. Well, that cop is dead. Oh, Iber needs to, like, get the fuck away from him. He's gonna bring out the note again. Oh, I don't think the camera captured him writing the note. The soundtrack, again. Great music choice. You can see both their eyes, like how they are dealing with the situation. L is very serious. Light is like eyes are twitching. Light is somehow disconnected from this situation because he's trying to, as I was saying, Light was basically trying to process all of this because this is the first time that he is like dealing with this. Whereas with L, all of this information has been like laid out to him from like previous episodes ago, like the Shinigami and everything. So nice, Mark. Cool. Okay, the plan is in motion. They're gonna go as well. I mean, yeah, of course, this is like a big moment for them. That's a bit too much, but okay. Oh my god, Watari with the... Oh shit. This is hype. I have to admit, this is hype. But what's gonna happen next, though? That's the question. I mean, if we are still if we still believe that this is part of Light's ultimate plan, then Soichiro is ready. I don't want him to die though, even though I feel like he's probably gonna die later on in the show. I did mention in like way back when, like when the show was starting, that if anyone is going to kill Soichiro, it's probably going to be Light. But we are like 20 episodes in, and I still don't know what's gonna happen next. Empty. Ah, smart. Nobody's there. Taking out the gun. No. Just missed him. He's fine. Soichiro is fine. Just... The chase is on. Whoa. Oh shit. A blockade. Oh, dude is sweating. The music in this episode has been phenomenal. So glad that Aizawa was there. So fucking glad that Aizawa is there. Ooh! Nice shot, Watari, Jesus. Who shot him? Aizawa? No, Watari. Jesus, Watari, your aim is phenomenal. Is it though? And there's the Death Note. So what are they gonna do with it? Please don't end the episode. Okay, that was a fun set of episodes. I did not enjoy episode 22 as much as 23. Not saying that episode 22 was bad, no, I think episode 22 was fine, and honestly speaking, it's still the same quality as like all of the other episodes that we have watched. I'm just saying that comparing episode 22 and episode 23, episode 23 is far and beyond a better episode. So Higuchi is finally caught. The Death Note is there. And now we are still wondering what the next plan is going to be. Alright, so immediately we continue where we left off from episode 21. Misa is basically saying, hey, Higuchi is the Kira that we are looking for, blah 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 blah, and then everybody else is like kind of shocked and everything, and then L is like, okay, but you know, we need to make precautions and whatever, and blah 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 blah, and then you know, L decides to go, well, maybe because you are Kira, right? Talking to Light and Misa, I would say. I mentioned this in the episode reaction, and I'm just going to extrapolate what I was talking about over the past few episodes, and this is a minor criticism. I'm not saying that this is a terrible decision, but this is minor. It is a minor gripe that I am having with the show so far. In the last couple of episodes, right? I would say the pacing has kind of slowed down a bit, right? And in that turn, I don't mind that. But what I do mind is that during this slow pace, L kept basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's the sort of repetition when it comes to like the story structure of Death Note, especially in like these sort of, I guess I'd call them like these mini arcs of the story, right? Because right now we are focusing on the Yatsuba group. Previously we were focusing on Misa as the, you know, as the second Kira. Like in these sort of mini arcs, there's a pattern, there's a structure to them, which sometimes I do enjoy, and sometimes it does start to get annoying, at least right now at this stage of the story. I never wanted to mention this before because it never really got to me, and this episode kind of got to me just a bit, and that is the repetition of L basically accusing Light over and over and over and over again. I mean, we get it, we understand why he does it, right? From a character perspective, yes, it makes perfect sense why L kept accusing Light, because he is prime suspect number one, right? He is the number one suspect that L has been looking at throughout this entire show. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it every single episode. You know what I mean? It starts to get a bit repetitive. I'm just not, you know, I'm not vibing with it. I mean, I get it, I understand why he has to do it, but the fact that we already get this sort of conversation like an episode ago, and the episode before that, and the episode before that, and the episode before that, you get what I'm saying, right? You know, like, we know, we get it, we understand, we get it, but, you know, minor gripe that I had with this episode. Again, completely understandable why that is the case for L's character, but again, from a story and narrative perspective, I don't think it's really necessary for this to happen, because, you know, like, it's been hammered down a lot. We know L still suspects Light. You don't have to, you know, do it again. However, the difference is, and I mentioned this again in the episode, right? And right now it's not actually a criticism. This is actually more of a not praising it. I mean, this isn't like a normal like discussion, but after the fact that L has been accusing Light, suspecting him again, it does kind of feel like L has finally gave up on that idea. Again, we are still 22 episodes in out of what, 37 episodes? So I still find it hard to believe that L just immediately stops his suspicions of Light, and especially after watching episode 23, which is during the end of that episode where Light is saying, "Hey, this is finally over, right?" And then L is saying, "Yeah, it's finally over." I don't find that genuine at all. That character interaction between the two and L's answer to Light, I don't find the answer very genuine. I just feel like when L is saying, "Yeah, it's finally over," it's basically L giving Light the answer that he wanted. Deep down, I feel like L still is very suspicious of Light. But that's just me. I don't know if, I don't know how you guys felt when you guys are watching this for the first time, but that is just how I feel, which is why I feel like this specific section right here is a bit unnecessary. But anyways, let's move on. So they make a plan to basically capture Higuchi, right? And they're going to use Matsuda as bait. Obviously, Matsuda is going to accept it because he is Matsuda. And then we reach this scene. Essentially, the second half of the episode, or basically when the mid-card ends and begins. This part of the episode I actually really enjoy. This is hands down the best part of the episode, which is these characters, Namikawa and the other people. I forgot their two names. One of them is like Mido or something. But Namikawa and the rest of these people, they're meeting up and they're basically saying, "Hey, who is Kira between all of us?" I kind of like that aspect of the show. Shimura, okay. Like this aspect of the story I am really digging. I love the fact that out of these like groups of people, this corporate pieces of shit basically of the Yotsuba group, even they have their limits and even they are like fearing and concerning about who Kira is, right? So I love that they are kind of scheming and kind of also deducing like, okay, who is it? Who is Kira? And I kind of also find it rather hilarious and funny that these three people are able to deduce that Higuchi is Kira when it took like our main characters like a few more episodes to figure that out. I don't know, I just find it kind of funny. So they're talking about who Kira is, and then they lead to the conclusion that it is Higuchi. L, or in this case Light, calls them, basically confirming everything that they are, suspicious about, and then they make the plan go forward with the television broadcast, and this leads to the next episode, which is probably the better episode of these two sets. Title of the next episode is called Frenzy, which is very fitting considering how frenzy this episode became. This opening sequence was kind of weird and funny at the same time. I don't know. I just find it weird and kind of, I don't know how to feel about this opening sequence, because we're seeing like Misa's commercial, and then we're kind of basically juxtaposing it with L, kind of doing a similar action, but with a banana. I don't know. I just find it weird. Just find it weird. So the episode continues. Everything is up and set up. Higuchi is out here slowly succumbing and becoming more and more of a crazy person, trying to get this man's name, which is Matsuda. Everybody is up and ready to go, but then Higuchi slips up. He talks to Rem. he talks about the Death Note. L and Light are looking at this. L seems very serious about this, right? As in, he is very calm, taking everything into consideration. Light, on the other hand, is way more frantic in this situation, right? It almost feels like, again, it's that feeling of fake acting in a way, right? I'm confident in saying that Light is Light here, because obviously the Death Note, he's not in possession of the Death Note anymore, but now it's a matter of, okay, how is he gonna get the Death Note back? But in this sort of situation, when Light and L are looking at the screen and they're talking, and they are focusing on Higuchi, these two have very different reactions to it, and I kind of find that interesting, especially when it comes to Light's reaction. And L mentioned Shinigami. All of them eventually comes in. All of them basically gets up, goes to Sakura Station, and they wanted to deal with this and look at it for themselves. L and Light took a helicopter, Watari with the sniper, and then everybody else, including Soichiro, is on the scene. Soichiro gets shot. He's fine. We got this cool little chase scene, and then Higuchi gets caught as well. This episode is a fun, like, escalation upon escalation upon escalation upon escalation, and I find that really fun. The music choices in this episode is really great. I love some of the animation and some of the facial expression that Higuchi was, like, expressing himself in the car. I thought that was really fun. But after this episode, I don't know where else we should go. I don't know. Because we have effectively finished this arc in a way, right? We caught the bad guy, we caught Kira. Now it's only a matter of, okay, how is this going to end? How is this going to conclude? What is the big plan here? What is the big picture? Obviously, again, I have mentioned this in discussions before. We know the plan is basically Light is going to get the Death Note back, we just don't know how. And it seems like we're slowly getting that, we're slowly seeing that happen. The Death Note is right there in the car. So it's only a matter of who is going to deliver the Death Note to Light, or Misa in this case, I don't know. It could be Rem. Rem could potentially take the Death Note and then give it to Misa, or give it to Light. But then what happens to Ryuk though? That's the question. We haven't seen Ryuk yet for like the past couple of episodes. So that is very interesting. I think that's pretty much it, really. There's nothing else for me to say when it comes to Death Note. Death Note so far has been an enjoyable ride, but unfortunately, at least again, this is my opinion, unfortunately it hasn't really given me that much to work on when it comes to the discussions. I feel like most of it has been pretty self-explanatory and nothing like major to explore further. But then again, let me know in the comments what you all think, because I feel like if some of you guys gave me like very interesting facts and like ideas and discussions as well, that could, potentially be very, very useful, as long as it is, of course, not spoilers. Death Note has been a very enjoyable ride so far, 23 episodes in. It's fun. It's not... I wouldn't call it a masterpiece right now. I feel like it's been a fun ride, but there's definitely a lot of flaws, and I don't find a lot of the episodes to be very groundbreaking in any way, shape, or form, especially from something that came out in 2006 or 7. Like there's other old shows out there that are, that provides, I would say, more interesting and better quality presentation. But Death Note, especially from its era, has been really fun, and it's still better than most animes that are coming out right now, at least in terms of like production. I mean, the anime industry right now has been a bit of a mess right now. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it for my discussion for Death Note. 2 episodes of Death Note has been like a good pacing for me, so I'll probably do that as well. I don't know what I'm going to do next episode though, because again, the only reason why I am doing 2 episodes per session of Death Note reaction is because 1 episode to me right now isn't enough to bring out a discussion. If I only do 1 episode, I'm probably only be doing like a 5-minute discussion, which I don't want to do. It's not like the first session of Death Note. Like it's not like the first half of Death Note where we're still being introduced. There's a lot of ideas being thrown in. There's a lot of new stuff, which means a lot of new discussion to be had. But once those stuff has been set up, I feel like it's been pretty self-explanatory, and it has been like pretty digestible for an audience to experience Death Note right now. So there's really not much. There's no need for me to like further discuss things that the show already discussed about, especially when it comes to like themes and messages, because I feel like the theme and messages so far has been pretty standard. It's been the same for the past few episodes. But again, let me know in the comments what you all think. I don't know what I'm going to do next episode. I'll probably watch 2 episodes again, but again, if an episode brings out a lot of discussion, then I'll probably only be doing 1 episode. Yep, that's pretty much it for my reaction to Death Note. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction and my discussion. If you do want to watch the full uncut version, it is available in the description below. If you do want to watch the next episode reaction, it should be available on Patreon. Links are also in the description below. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next week for the next episode of Death Note. Take care, guys.